Hi guys, it's the Northwoods Stitcher. My name is Sarah. If you haven't seen me before, I talk about cross stitch, crafts, things I find at the dump, and other treasures that I find in different antique stores and junk shops. I have recovered from my retreat. It was a 3-day retreat at Lakeside Stichers up in Greenville, Maine. It was beyond beautiful up there. I shared the apartment space, which is adjacent to the event space, same floor, so I could walk over in my pajamas and unlock the event space. But I shared that space this past weekend with Kara, the Granite State Stichers, and 2 floss tubers, and Aimee from 2 cross stitchers. Mary Lou was not able to attend. Maybe next time. But I love watching their floss tubes, and it was really great to spend some time with them. It was a short time, I felt, because there was just so much going on. Lots of stuff to show you from the retreat. I went to the dump. I found some incredible stuff too. I am filming this on Halloween. Happy Halloween. And I am going to be releasing it on Monday. So I just wanted to say today is a gorgeous day. I don't know about you guys, but Mother Nature is definitely having some moments lately. So I think it was Sunday night we had snow flurries. Today we're bright and sunny and in the 70s. Today was the perfect day to give poor Abby a bath. She was beginning to taste like sour milk, so she survived. I survived. There's a lot of laundry to be done because I'm doing all of her bedding too. So now she's sitting in the sunshine with her kitty, and I think Stuart thinks her butt smells much better. I hopefully have a little picture in here from today of them snuggling and Abby looking like she's just grateful to be alive, because she's always very dramatic when she has to take a bath. And I have to take one with her because I have to get in the shower. So I don't know where to start, you guys. Everything is jumbled in this pile. Let me start with a couple of things I found at the dump. And this was just, I think, yesterday on my way to the dentist. Look at this great little ceramic. Super, super clean. I'm going to do a little holiday spray in here probably. I'm not quite sure what picks I have, and I've put them away. But I am going to save this to do a very cute little centerpiece with some of my picks. Or I might even use it for some real evergreens when I walk the property and pick some things. But I just love finding treasures like this. Not a single chip in it. It's so beautiful that I could probably stuff it and make it into a gift, which is also a great idea. We'll see. I also found these cute little things. Now, I think these are candle holders. These little Adirondack chairs with the holes in the middle. I'm actually seeing pin cushions, but I picked them up because they were perfect condition, and I might try my hand at doing a pin cushion in the chair seat. That would look really cute for some counting pins too. And they still have the stickers on them. Doesn't say where they came from, but another project. Oh, I did get a finish done at the retreat. Where did I put that? It was a small finish, but I was really happy. I got this set at a place called Marden's. It was a little kit, Vervaco kit, and it's got 3 little ornaments in it. And I did my least favorite first, which was the red ice skates. I like traditional white ice skates, but I really like how it came out. And now I can zoom through the bird and the candle when I do sit down to do them. But it's really cute, and it came with the little frames, of course. I do like how it turned out. So that was fun to get done. It's done on an 18 count fabric, which was supplied in the kit. And unfortunately, the name does not, or there is not a name on the kit. No. I would just search Vervaco Christmas ornament kit and maybe something would pop up if you're interested in trying to hunt for this. But again, this was bought at a place which is a salvage store called Marden's in Maine. And even if you go to different Martins in Maine, they don't all have the same stuff or the same stock. I had put it in this cute little travel pouch. I actually packed this to do in Maine in May when we went to Germany. I didn't do any stitching. I was too busy. So it came back. It was nice and small, easy to pack and take, and I left the ornaments at home so it was even flatter, but I didn't touch it on the trip. So I really wanted to see if I can get these done before Christmas. We'll see. What else oh, and I don't know if I showed you guys this earlier. There were a complete set of 6 in here. These are tiny little hat pins that I picked up at Goodwill. And I wish I knew how much I paid for them. It wasn't much money, probably $2 or something. But I started taking them apart. I gave one away already, but the other one I have turned into a needle minder. So now I've got this really nice, thick neodymium magnet on the back. So I will make up the others into needle minders. I think I'll probably keep this one because he's squinty-eyed and waving, and I think it's cute. Just what I needed, another needle minder. But I just clip off the backs of the pins. I'll show you. I know I've talked about it before, but it's so easy to do. So they come with this little rubber stopper on the back. And you take that off, and you've got this extremely sharp pin, not quite in the center. I use a type of metal, I don't know what they're called, clippers, but I can snip off that little metal piece and it leaves a little bump. And then I take a metal file and file it down until it's almost flat. Not quite, you know, it's still gonna have a hump to it, a little bump. And once it's flat enough, then I can mound up that E6000. Did I leave it on the table? This E6000 glue, which has been well used. You can get this at most any craft store. And I kind of make quite a bubble on the back of it just to rest the magnets and let it set. And it will start to slide as it's setting. So I always have it in a line of sight and just kind of shift it. 15 minutes later, it's going to stay. So there is quite a glue base that you're not necessarily going to see. But that helps with making it more even to hide or disguise that imperfection that I left on the metal, because I don't have time to file the whole thing down. It just gets tedious. All right, those I can put away until I have time for that project. Let me put this in the case with it. So that dried overnight. I should put that to the right. I've got so many goodies to show you. I'm so excited. I don't know where to start. Oh, we had at the retreat, it was a very small retreat. It happened right after Stitch New England, so I think that was a factor. And it probably could have we probably needed more time too, so there was a short window of notification. And if we had more time, maybe like a 6-month sign up, might have had more people. But there were 10 of us, which is great. I mean, I love that size. I like small retreats. But this was a very small group. But because of the small group, there was still lots of fun to be had. We played left, right, and center to gamble with floss to see who could win a pile of floss. That was fun. I enjoy that game a lot because I myself am not much of a board gamer. And when you hear that you're going to play a game, everybody's like, I don't want to do math. I don't want to have to think. You don't have to think. You just have to roll die and do what the die tell you to. So that you roll left, right, and center dies. It'll tell you to pass something to the left or to pass something to the right, put something in the center, or just don't do anything. And then you As your pile dwindles, that's how many die you get to roll. And you just keep going around the circle, and eventually everything ends up in the center. And eventually there's only one person with floss in front of them, and there's nobody else to play with, right? So that person wins the pot. So that's a lot of fun. I've seen it at a lot of different gatherings or retreats and stitch-togethers. We had also 2 tables full of free things or giveaways, and people could bring their unwanted material and put it there. And it was asked that you donate whatever you could to a jar of money that was being collected for a local food pantry. So that was fabulous. And the goal was to clear the tables because they really didn't want to have to store any more of this or try to get rid of it. I picked up some great treasures. Ready? I got this great chart book. It's quite a collection. But I really enjoyed some of the things in here. Now, this is originally a book that was $4.95. The date is 1989. Nautical Charted Designs by Barbara Christopher, if you're interested in looking. I wonder how many are in here. 113 color-coded black and white illustrations, plus 16 how-to diagrams. How to cross-stitch, I suspect. But the whole book is in black and white. It's not drawn. They are computer-generated. So the symbols, well, maybe they are drawn. I spoke too soon. It is still legible. Sometimes you get these hand-drawn graphs that are just impossible to decipher the symbols. That's not the case with this one. There are anchors of various sorts. There are boats of various sorts. There are several lighthouses. I'm really excited. So that book, if you're interested in, Nautical Charted Designs by Barbara Christopher, 113 patterns. This will keep me busy. Oh, I picked up these cute little Lizzie and Kates too. These are probably something everybody's done but me. Aren't those adorable? Talk about quick, fun, and cute little ideas. And depending on what you stitch them on, depends on the size, depends on whether it's an ornament, a card, or a little frame piece. It even came with a little embellishments. So this one has a snowflake and some beads. This one didn't, oh yeah, it does. It has the little red button for the reindeer nose. How cute is that? I have so many things to do for Christmas. And I think this time of year, we all are a bit hard on ourselves as the season or the year comes to an end and Christmas season fast approaches. Or whatever we celebrate as a gift-giving time. You feel the urgency to get something done that you've been thinking about stitching. Oh, plenty of time to do that. I was just talking to Judy about this too. And now we don't have time to get everything done that we want to do. And I just want to say, be gentle with yourself. I have had a self-talk this morning that I can start something in January with plans for another year. And what I need to do, I keep a little notebook. I need to start writing those things down. And I think that will help me feel a little more organized. But as it stands right now, I'm having a little bit of a, there's not enough time in the day to get my chores done, to get some cooking done that I'd like to get done, to get just the house clean in general, and to still have time for crafts. I really want to sit down with my sewing machine too, and I haven't done that. So be good to yourself, be kind, be gentle. Do what you can do and want to do, but don't hurt yourself over it. Get your sleep, get your rest. Another thing I found, mitten stuffers. This is so cute. I see so many things I can do with this. I can do these as flat mittens. I don't have to have them stuffed. I could do them as pillows. I could also do a single piece of fabric with a whole bunch of them on the front. They're adorable. Some are even done on perforated paper to give you that idea. I like that there's things I can put out for the fall too, like the squirrel. So this is a collection of 10 different mittens. It is by the company the Needle Love Company. The Needle Love. So it's not the word needle, it's need a little love. So Needle Little Love Company. And it's warm, woolly mitten stuffers. And that is by Renee Naneman. I think I said that right. Now this came out, some of you might recognize this. I feel like I had this in my stash once upon a time, and I was probably intimidated by it because I wasn't sewing. I don't see a date. Sometimes it's fun to find the dates on these things. I got a really good old Aimee book. I just love this. This came from Kenosha, Wisconsin, the Stitching Post. The Aimee book of Christmas. Jeanette Cruz Designs. This was on the free table. I don't know how many patterns are in here, but there's some classics. So I'm really excited about this. I mean, the snowflakes, I can't get enough snowflakes. I love stitching snowflakes. Cute little samplers, sections you can do for ornaments or cards. So that's the Aimee Book of Christmas, Jeanette Cruz Designs. Wow, I didn't find this one. I can't remember who found it. They didn't want it, thank goodness. It's a Charles Wysocki. This is My Hometown, Book 1. Is that showing up? I think it is. I love the simplicity of it. These are one of my favorite, or the Wysockis are some of my favorite puzzles to put together. This is falling apart. It's well loved. I was hoping to find a quick date on it. It's priced at, the cover price says $4.50. Somebody bought it used for $2. I don't see a date on it. Oh well. It would be a lot of fun to stitch this up at some point. So it's an ice cream cart going by a big white house, and that's a haberdashery in the bottom of the screen. And you can change them to read what you would like. I could put that as a mercantile if I wanted to. There's something that says chips and hats. It's just a whole haberdashery. So that'll be fun to do. This was a good find. This is a massive book. This is a Leisure Arts, the Big Book of Christmas Quickies. Regularly priced $21.95 back in the day. Chock-a-block full. I have yet to go through this, but look at those skinny Santas on the back. Now, you don't have to use cinnamon sticks. You could use candy canes. I mean, I just love how that looks. And if you want to gift it to a friend, stuff it with floss. So I'm going to take this downstairs and probably mark it up with all of my Post-it notes. Also on the free table, hopefully I can show this without opening it. It's the Drawn Thread Simply Autumn. I think we can see that. I'm not much of a house stitcher, but it's got pumpkins and birds. And then, of course, the tree with the leaves. I love this. Now, I don't know about this, but the original price is $29. I suspect that was a kit price. There's nothing in it. Yes, I think, well, no. It must have been a kit price. But it's absolutely wonderful. On the back of this, there are others in the series. So Simply Autumn is probably paired with Simply Summer and Simply Winter. So on the back, it shows you all the other ones that you can find and put together as a very long and big sampler, which I might have to start my hunt for that. Hopefully I'll come to my senses. I think that's really a cool idea. And I do love the pumpkins in that. Also on the free table, Birds of a Feather by Papillon Creations. Now this is from 2011. Isn't that stunning? Wow. I'm sorry, but I really don't want to open all these packages and make that noise and take that time. So Gentle Arts is the predominant listed thread, but they also have DMC. And what's really cool is they tell you how many meters you're going to need. I appreciate that. The design size is 258 stitches by 150. So a 28 count fabric would be 15.5 inches by 11. Something just got into my throat. I also found a sweetheart tree called Abundant Acorns Sampler. Isn't that pretty? And it does come with a little leaf charm. I wasn't too concerned because I think I do have an acorn or a leaf that I would use. But it's just beautiful. I think what I'm going to have to start doing with my collection is when I stitch something, rather than hold on to it, give it away. Because I'm getting too many things. I also did some shopping in the store downstairs. Now, I did find she had 5x8 oval frames. Now, this is for that Max Pigeon book of pigeon design, pigeon coop designs. I'm going to do the deer next. I know I have one in my collection that I'm staring at, but there are a couple of designs that call for this hoop size, so I was glad to be grabbing this. So that was fun to come about. But she also had this really cool fabric that I thought, wow, that's so Halloween-like. It's called Lime Splash. It was a piece of Ada cloth. But isn't that cute? And the price was fantastic. 18 count. I'm going to, hopefully in the next few weeks, pull out my Just Cross Stitch Halloween issue. That bat's in there that Marie did that I'd like to do. But I want to pair it up with something in there. We'll see. The reality is I'm going to be decorating for Christmas soon, and that takes several weeks. Oh, I should show you guys or tell you at the end of the video, and I'll say it out loud because it'll help me remember to put it at the end. I'm going to show my spooky teapot and how I have it displayed downstairs on my sideboard. I haven't decorated fully for Halloween because I didn't want to overwhelm the kitten. But I really liked how it came out, and it's got that little teapot next to it that I found at the dump. So I'll show that at the end. I picked up a 16 count black Ada. There is, I don't have it up here, do I? In the Just Cross Stitch Christmas issue, there is a little ornament that's done on black fabric. Now, although I don't think I want a whole tree with black on it, it was quite stunning, and I thought I would add some metallics to it. So it's a green Christmas tree with a gold star, I imagine. I can't recall right now. And it might say Noel at the bottom, but I really like the effect, and it was done in a little wooden hoop. So I thought this was great to have as a backup. Oh, I also picked up some 18 count Dirty Ada. Great for the prairie schooler Santas. This is a wonderful coffee or khaki. Dirty Ada is the perfect name for it. It's almost like a brown paper bag. And the prices were great. So this is a 12 by 15. And this was an 18 by 14. 21 by 15, yeah. Now, Lakeside Stitches has lots of these individually bagged Luganas, Adas, and linens, but they also have some of the specialty over-dyed beautiful stuff. Picture This Plus, I think, was the trunk show there. Her website does not currently house all of her cross-stitch stuff. But if you call Lakeside Stitches at this number above, they are more than welcome to say, oh, we have that, we have this, and put something together for you. The Dirty Ada and the Lime Splash. I should call and see if they have any left. I don't know why. I really felt so pleased about this, but both Aimee and Kara gave me patterns as a thank you. I drove, maybe, but I didn't have these. So Kara got me Plum Street Rack Stack. I haven't done this one. I did the fox one. But now I have to do this because I love the antlers on this guy. I think that's fantastic. Rack stack. So thank you, Kara. So many things to stitch. And then Aimee and Mary Lou sent this one. It might just have been Aimee that picked this out, but this is incredible. So this is Stitchy Prose, a beacon of hope. Totally appropriate since hubby is a merchant mariner. Isn't that great? I know, right? I mean, I even love the border. So I can't wait to do that. I'll start in the center, so the border's the last thing I do. And I'm just really excited about it. I should say, now that I'm approaching 100 videos, I want to do this because my hubby is a merchant mariner and he has done much better than I have, but because he's a merchant mariner, we're used to flowery language in our house. So it's very good practice for me to be making FLOSSTUBE videos and watching my mouth. Just saying. Okay, this next pile, I did this just for giggles. I went to the dentist yesterday. Everything was good. But on my way there, I went to the dump. And that's where I found the ceramic thing and the chairs. But I found a pile of magazines that you guys aren't going to believe. And I tallied up the total, the cover price total of this magazine pile. $129.73. I wish I knew who put them in the dump because I want to hunt them down and make friends with them and say, what else you got in your stash? Can you come over and play? Do you want to stitch later? So this is what I found. This was priced, what am I trying to say? That price, $13.99. Now, I don't usually get this issue because it's predominantly embroidery, but it's a fantastic issue. This is from, I don't think, some of them I can't figure out the years of, but I just wanted to show you, it has so many things in it. This is embroidery. And it's not just articles and different techniques that they show you how to do. There's also a pattern in here, which I thought was really interesting. Of course, I didn't fold it down. Ah, here we go. Now that's a kingfisher, right? Yeah, kingfisher. So I looked at that and I thought, well, that's like a photograph. It's so perfect. They take you through all the little steps. And then there's a pattern of the outline, or I guess you draw it out first and then you stitch on it. So it actually talks you through it. Not that I'm going to be at that level, but I was excited to find that. I got this really great quilt booklet chart. I don't know what you call these things. I'm not quilting yet, but this is some fantastic stuff in it. The regular price was $18. Isn't that cool? But this is what really captured my attention. I'll put it over with my fabric collection. I got a 1988 July-August issue of Cross Stitch and Country Crafts. I may already have this one, but I'll have to look. That was definitely worth grabbing. I can't wait to go through that one. I got a cross stitcher from June of 2020. Haven't had the time to go through this one yet. Or did I? I looked at a couple of them while I was at the dentist in between tortures. Then another quilt book. It's elementary. I don't know what that means. But this was a $18.95 or $18.95 book originally. So I thought that would be great to have in my collection because it's got patterns, steps. It looked like it really simplified things, which is what I need. Now this one was Home for the Holidays, another quilt book. So somebody bought this one used. The other thing I was thinking was that when I was flipping through these is I really want to try my hand at some felt applique. And I noticed that a lot of the designs or the patterns in here that they give you are fine for felt applique too. So another crossover craft. I said the next three are issues of a needle pulling thread. And I didn't know about this magazine. It has quilt, sew, knit, crochet, cross stitch, embroidery, and rug hook ideas and patterns in them. But yeah, I got 3 issues. And these are regularly $11.95, 2019. I think all are from a 2018 issue and the other are 2019. So, I mean, there's cross stitch right there. There's cross stitch on the front here. These look to be simple embroidery. There's cross stitch here. So have you guys ever heard of these magazines? I didn't know they existed. I was excited to find these. More bedtime reading. And then the last thing I found at the dump was a copy of Punch Needle and Primitive Stitcher from 2020. I don't have this one. So I was super excited to find that at the dump. I'm in shock. I'm not doing punch needle, but there's cross stitch. Really excited. Oh gosh, there's so much to show and this is getting long and lengthy. Let me show you something fun. I started something at the retreat. A new cross stitch. Now this is probably attached to the, it is. Wow, I'm gonna lose my magnets. I attached the chart to the front of the cross stitch. This is the Cottage Garden Lighthouse, part of a series. This is number 8 in the series. I know I showed this to you a couple weeks ago, but I finally started stitching it. I'm doing this on a 16 count Aida, I want to say. Yeah, this is Atomic Ranch fabric called Morel, and it's a beautiful color. And I think this white is gonna pop. When I started stitching this on a 16 count, I'm using 2 strands, but for the white, I'm using 3. I think the coverage is better, and I think it'll help make it pop when it's all said and done. So you can see where I am. Fast approaching the waves. I'm using all the called for DMCs with the exception of, and they give you the conversion right on the chart, is the cauldron color, which is the color of the whale, the windows, and I suspect the fish. But you see the variegation in the whale? That's what I wanted. So that is the cauldron crescent colorworks. Am I trying to say something different? Classic colorworks. And I have to say, I did those windows last night. I'm really disappointed. There's not much variegation in this. I'm hopeful with a bigger section like the whale, I'll see the variegation. I'm stitching it properly, but it's just kind of muted. Sometimes I get really irritated. I take the time to get these specialty flosses, and the effect is not what I was hoping for or what was suggested that I'd get. So I don't always get these specialty flosses, primarily because of the cost, and I'm a cheapskate. I am going to probably put this away for a while because I have actually pulled out the wolves. I need to start stitching that. We'll see how the kitten does. I have not been stitching the wolves because I don't have any peripheral view around such a large frame. And last time I had something big out, I think it was Great White Christmas by Boomerang Stitches. I'm still working on that. I had it out, and I'm in my chair with it in my face. And I think I was stitching pretty closely. All of a sudden, he jumps up from behind, slams it into my nose. I went, ah! But that's life with a kitten. More stuff from the free table. This one I've looked at. So this is this a Leisure Arts? Yes, Leisure Arts Best. 200 Holiday Quickies. Going through this, I recognized an awful lot of patterns that I've seen before. What they do is a compilation, would put them all, their favorites, in one book, and they sell it to you at an exorbitant price. I got it for free. So I don't know what the original cost was. Somebody bought this for $7 used. I think it's just a great collection, obviously. Our best 200 plus holiday quickies. So I wanted to show, hopefully show, some of the quickies that I do plan on doing. I hope I can do this. The chart is at the bottom. So this is an Irish setting, Irish saying that I'm going to be doing. I don't have enough Irish stitches for me St. Patty's Day. I thought that would be lovely. But it's one of my favorite sayings. May you be in heaven 30 minutes before the devil knows you're dead. And then these are great patterns. Not for socks. I'm not going to stitch socks. I'm going to use some of them for cards. I mean, just the boo on a cute little background Halloween paper, or the witch looks simple and cute. I like that one. And I might do the pumpkin. Did I decide on the pumpkin? There's lots of pumpkins in here. But nice, quick, cute stitches for really adorable Halloween cards. I do need to get back into carding. Oh, and I love this witch. The witch and the ghost for my Halloween tree. The photo probably doesn't do it justice. And I'll do that on a perforated plastic. And I love this one. I can show this one. Just a simple Thanksgiving. I'm not going to get the over glorified mat. I'll probably do a more simplistic frame, probably even a barnwood frame for that. But I do love that type of design. There are towel patterns in here. I gotta show my towels. I have to confess to you guys. Breadcloth patterns in here, which might be with my towels. I don't know where all my breadcloths are. I collected quite a few. Nutcrackers. And this I saw and I thought, I really want that. I don't know. I can't wear white. Isn't that a cool sweatshirt? It would be white for maybe a day, and then I'd probably do something stupid like eat French fries and ketchup, and I don't know. I just don't trust myself. What other color could I do it on though? Maybe a light blue? I don't know. It wouldn't look good on a green on. Well, maybe it would if it was the right color green. It's stunning on the white, but I can't wear white. When I was a little girl, I used to, we'd eat our pancakes and our waffles. Usually on a Sunday morning, Dad would get out a whole fleet of waffle irons. I don't know why. There were only 4 of us in the house, including him. But he'd like to get out every single waffle iron that he collected at different yard sales. Some of them worked, some of them didn't. Some of them were hot, some of them weren't so hot, like in temperature, so we had uneven. And I remember sitting there eating my waffles or pancakes and thinking, I'll know when I'm grown up, when I don't get my maple syrup all down my arms and the front of my nightgown. It's never happened. I still get it in my hair, on my hands. It's very hard to eat maple syrup. So I've never grown up, which is probably a relief to some people. Back to the book. Aren't those cute? So you get the idea. Christmas quickies. I think I probably got another 6 folded down, but I got too much to show you today. So 200 holiday quickies, Leisure Arts Best. I think there's a whole bunch of different books that they've done, but remember this cover if you're searching for it. Then there was, I didn't have this one, another Leisure Arts called Holidays Remembered. This should be quite inexpensive on a lot of secondhand book sites. I have to do the bunny. Am I right? I don't know if I'll make him 3-dimensional or just frame him, but I love him. And then I found this. It's such a retro chart. I really enjoyed looking at that. So that says, when the owl and the witch together are seen, there's mischief brewing on Halloween. I went, ooh, that's cool. And these pumpkins for my tree. Yes, please. haven't really looked at the pattern, but it looks like something I could do on a perforated paper or plastic. It looks like whole stitches. I'm not too worried about it. Then the rest are just folded down charts. So there's only going to be 3 in here that I do. Oh, my pile's getting smaller. I might have to do 2 different videos. I think I will, because I have so much more to show you. I do want to end this video by saying I talked about, being kind to yourself, especially with the holidays approaching. But I think I wanted to share with you too, I am feeling really pained or stiff. Maybe it's my arthritis, maybe it's a combination of things, having trouble sleeping, all that good stuff. I don't know if you guys do this, but in the morning, before you get out of bed, do some stretching in bed. I take a pillow and I squeeze it in between my knees. That wakes up my hips. I have something called plantar fasciitis with my arches, so I do the ballerina toes, flex back, ballerina toes. I just kind of do a couple of different stretches and wake up my body before I jump out of bed, because ain't no such thing as jumping out of bed anymore. It just hurts. It does. And I find that with the weird weather, because we had 20-degree weather, we had snowflakes, and now we're 70. I think that's probably what causes my body to start reacting to this. And possibly if I'm bad on certain days, not drinking enough water. The other thing I like to do this time of year, because it is a seasonal change and people can have reactions to the season changing, make a new nest. When you are going to bed, a new routine. Get a basket and put your favorite things in it to have at your bedside, whether it be a chapstick, a hand lotion, a nail file, a little puzzle book, maybe a little notebook with a pen or pencil. So those things that are going around in your head, you can jot them down, put it in the basket, get some sleep. It's really been hard for me to disconnect this up here. I don't know why. and get some decent sleep these days. So I just wanted to talk about self-care and doing better to yourself these days. I'm going to end this with a couple of photos, and I do want to embarrass my hubby and show the wonderful photos of him fixing my stitch chair, my recliner. I think it's common with all these recliners. The footrest, when it comes out, there's a little bar underneath it that makes it stable. It's snapped. Well, it hasn't snapped just once, but it's snapped twice because it's a cheap little piece of plastic bracket thing there. Abby's 65 pounds. And when she jumps up, that's when we've heard it crack. So he's put in a piece of wood. It's not going to break anymore. It still works. It's gorgeous. Can't tell anything was fixed. She can jump on it now into my lap and into my arms, and we can snuggle without any guilt. But we snapped it twice, so I feel bad that he had to take the time to fix that for me. And I just wanted to say I love you, honey, if you're watching, and thank you for fixing my chair. Even though it's been shredded by the kitten and you don't like it anymore, I love it. And I'm so happy that you fixed it for me. He's outside playing on the mower right now. I'm going to end this one, and you'll see me again in the same outfit, because I'm not going to go do a wardrobe change. And I'll have more to show you next week. Have a great rest of your week, and thank you so much for all your love and support, and I love your comments, and I love making contacts because you guys are a lot of fun. Thanks so much. Bye. Oh, what do I usually say? Happy stitching and be safe.